We're obsessed with the Connie Fife Show. It's about a lifestyle shift to move up or out.
Hey, what's your jam? What's the one thing that really drives you? What makes you unstoppable?
It's about opening a new door to live your dream.
People give up way too early on their dreams.
It's about enjoying the journey. It's about keeping it real.
Damn, now the interviewee is interviewing the interviewer. I like this.
It's all about you.
I knew there was something else I wanted to do. Stop taking shit so seriously. Y'all can do this. Take an outrageous look at life and laugh.
This is the Connie Fife Show.
We love your voice. We love your jam. You need to be on radio.
And now your host, Connie Fife.
Hey everyone, good day, good morning, good afternoon, wherever you are. This is Connie Fife, your unstoppable diva, and you're listening to the Connie Fife Show. Each week we bring you those that we call the crazy ones, because these are the folks that are out there doing it. They're the entrepreneurs, they're the business owners, they are the business leaders who are the movers and shakers and getting things done. And a lot of them are artists, they are authors, writers, they are speakers. And we work with them through our Talent Concierge Artist Agency to get them booked and busy. And because we want you to be hiring them for your next engagement. And today we have Anthony Teresi. He is an author, but what is most important that I want to share about him, that he is a multi-dimensional traveler. This is only a little bit about him. There's a lot more that we're going to be sharing soon. A multidimensional traveler working with the highest intuitive, psychic, and visionary forces today. He fuses his natural gifts with the intellect and wisdom born of many lifetimes of experiences to create a special language that has inspired countless souls as they gain an understanding of the unforeseen, the unseen forces that shape and transform all of our lives. So, Anthony, welcome to the Connie Fife Show.
Happy to be here.
Really, really excited. I was looking at some of your information and what you've done, and I mean your book. It really is remarkable, and that's, I know, some language that you use in there. A spiritual journey through the heart of the universe. So please share more about your book and how that came to be.
Well, the book is just that. It's a spiritual journey through the heart of the universe, in that we visit multi-dimensional realities. And these are not the kind of dimensional realities that science necessarily portrays. These are emotional, spiritual, vibrational frequencies in which each level, if you will, has its own particular dynamics, its own beings, its own structures, for lack of a better term. And during the book, we travel first from the transformational stage, where we portray the beginning, the enlightenment that comes. And then once that happens with anyone, once your heart opens and you realize that you have this incredible, amazing source within you, then you want to share that with everyone else. And then that's where the book goes on. And I try to give the reader a look in a storyline at some of the areas I've been, some of the things I've done, but also I like to have it as a journey, so that folks who are reading understand that they can do this too, that this is not just my journey, that in fact, quite the contrary. I didn't write it as a memoir. I wrote it as a journey where I'm taking people along with me, because I want to portray the journey, but I also want folks to understand that this is a quality that they have, everyone has, and you simply need to understand and focus it, and you too can continue to raise your vibration, your awareness, your level of consciousness, and your impact in your life.
And you talk about that we all can do this. Now I am intuitive, and and I'm able to go deeper in the other dimensions. And I mean, I've been told, I've been read, and if you can confirm that we all can do this, it's that you need to have, just awaken that energy that you have inside of you to go there.
Correct. And unfortunately, what happens is that most of us allow the loud, clanging mental process to come into the picture. How many
Mm,
times have you said to yourself, or anyone perhaps listening to the show, uh, I knew that if I would have just acted on it, but I didn't, and I knew I was
right.
right.
Right, same thing, same thing. And there'll be so many times something will happen, and I'm like, I thought about that yesterday. I need to pay more attention to that.
Yeah. And often it
And
comes as a out of the blue type of quote unquote
yes,
knowing. It isn't
right.
necessarily an understanding. In fact, more often than not, it bypasses understanding entirely. But then when
Hmm.
you look back, you knew. There's no
Right.
other way
You
to
knew.
say it.
You're right. How
Yeah.
else do you say it? Share a little bit about your background so our listeners understand that it's any background that someone can really step into this place that could help themselves.
Well, I was very fortunate growing up. I come from a family, a long line of intuitively gifted individuals, especially on my mother's side. Four generations that we know of, probably more.
Mm,
I don't know necessarily that it's genetically transferred. I just think, from my standpoint, I had the wonderful, nurturing, loving, caring aspect of that. So when I would, as a 10-year-old, tell my mother that the phone was going to ring, and sure enough, in 10 minutes it rang,
right.
then everybody would laugh and it was fun, and I
Right.
wasn't squelched. And my dad also, who wasn't necessarily into the psychic area of the family, but he was
Mm-hmm.
very interested in UFOs and New Thought, and
Okay.
he taught me a lot about life on other planets and
So he was
spirituality.
open. His mind
Right,
was open
right,
to, be aware of different things, be aware of his surroundings in the world around us. So
right.
you don't think it's hereditary?
I don't know, to be honest with you. Like I said before, I think we
Mm,
all have it. So
yeah.
if we all have it, if it's hereditary, it comes from
Hmm.
who knows where. So I think we all have that quality. In my case, like I said, it came from my great grandmother,
Okay.
and then each level therein, it was
Okay.
recorded, and it was amazing in that I had that platform, because I talked to many clients along the way who have had similar uh, experiences as children, for example, but
Right.
they were told that they were crazy. They were told that there were all a number of things, right?
I'm raising my hand right here. I'm raising my hand.
Oh, yeah, I hear you.
Yeah, I could share so many things, and it wasn't until I got older to truly embrace that. So, how do you put this into your everyday work?
Well,
Besides your writing.
yeah, I actually started out as a musician. That was my first and former passion.
Oh, okay,
And as a musician, in the course of mastering my instrument, which took a couple of decades,
okay,
I realized that I was actually tuning this gift, if you will, in the act of playing music. In order to even adequately play with an ensemble, for example, an orchestra or band or whatever,
mm-hmm.
there's a certain degree of high intuition that comes into play when you have to realize that you're tuning in literally to the music and to the players around you. And I didn't equate these things until much later in my career, when I began to realize that I wanted to create new kinds of instruments, which I did,
Okay,
which were
okay,
healing types of instruments. And then it became clear to me that the intuition that I had forged as a musician, what
Mm-hmm.
I was now utilizing in terms of healing people or helping to heal
Okay.
vibrationally. And then, of course,
Okay.
it hit me all of a sudden at that particular point. Wow, I've been doing this for 20 some years and I didn't even know I was doing it. So it was.
Right. So are you a medical intuitive, a medical healer, or you
I
just work
was.
with them through the work? Okay.
I did that as a sort of a peak musical experience,
Okay.
and then I went from there into private practice because I wanted to have more of a expanded impact on individuals in terms of their
Okay.
abilities and to help. A lot of folks have, excuse me, decisions to make and things that they have in their lives that are unclear. And I found,
Okay.
again, after much experimentation,
Right.
that I could really help with that. And I've had 25 years of doing that has really
Hmm.
been rewarding.
So are you able to work with people through the virtual setting as has become our new normal, or is it this something that you have to be face to face working with them?
Well, for me, it's the same. I do have an office. I see people in person, but I've
Okay.
been working on the phones for many years, so it's
Oh, okay.
yeah, it's no big deal.
Okay.
Uh, it's kind of funny in a way that that the way things have developed. But
I know.
I've been doing this, you know.
Right, right. Myself as well. So, I mean, when COVID hit, it was a disaster. But for me, I mean, I go from the East Coast to the West Coast, Los Angeles back to the East Coast. Unfortunately, I haven't been back to Los Angeles, but I'm still able to do what I do. This is, I've always done it virtually.
It
So
transcends geography. It transcends
it
all of the above.
does.
You tune
It
into one
does.
individual
Yeah.
wherever they are. It's a connection that occurs
Okay.
that has nothing to do with time.
And is there a certain person that you work with? Do you have a certain avatar or geography? Is there a that specific person that you really work well with?
You mean in terms of client or myself?
Yeah, yeah. In terms of your clients.
Well, the clients that come to see me are coming to see me because they need answers to questions in their lives and moving forward. So I work well with anyone who is open to what I have to say. I never tell anyone what to do. I tell my clients, okay, look, here's what's going on. Here's what happens if you go down path A. If you want to change that, here's what happens if you go down path A. The
Okay.
choice is yours. I never tell anyone what to do. The person that I have the most difficulty with, quite frankly, is the person that folds their arms and says, "Okay, do something psychic.
Do
Tell me something
this.
psychic."
Tell me the
Then
future.
then
Just tell me
the
the
reading is
future.
over right there because I can't do anything.
Can you share a specific moments or give a sense of what someone experiences?
Yeah. Um, Generally speaking, a person will come in and I give them the opportunity.
Okay.
You have a certain amount of time. You can ask them most important questions, or you can say nothing, and we'll see what comes up.
Okay.
Often people will say, "Well, let's just see what comes up." So we'll sit there for a moment and tune in, and then I'll start getting pictures, images of
Hmm.
what's going on with this person's life,
Okay.
and what is the most important element that they're really seeking. Then
Okay.
I will speak that to them, and I will say, "Okay, I'm feeling A, B, C, D, E, and if
Okay.
that's the case, then here's what we need to do." And then people will fall out of their chair at that point, but then they'll get back in their chair,
And say, tell me
and
more.
and we'll begin the reading. Yeah.
Well, do you have any special, insight or suggestions to how someone can fully experience what you call the rippling effect, or the waves? And so, to get the most from this journey with you.
Well, I would suggest a course, and I'm going to say read my book because I go through it in detailed fashion, and I start really from a place where there is no transformation and no awareness, and then it works systematically into that. But the real general thing to tell anyone is that you have to understand that you are a spiritual being, that you are animated by a spiritual force, and that force is consciousness and spirit connected. And in that regard, you can continue if you go within and find that what's called that still small voice. You can expand through that door, and you can continue growing far beyond anything that this three-dimensional world has to offer.
We need to talk after this call. I might be hiring you.
All right.
You know, there's this other piece, and I know it comes up for me because I share that I am intuitive, but I mean, I don't practice it with anyone. What about that religious belief? Because, you know, in some religions, this is taboo, right?
Right. And I don't have any conflict with religion. My book deals with spiritual realities. It deals with God. It deals with many religious concepts. The problem today is that most people are not getting from their religion what religion is supposed to transfer to them, which is enlightenment. So you have your rigid fundamentalists, hold whatever book they hold up, and that's fine. Okay, fine. I'm not going to be able to convince those folks about much of anything. But you have tremendous amount of individuals in the middle, what's called the light, seeking the light. Those are that's the audience that I'm looking for, because people like yourself, for example, are going to readily accept these things and are going to go, yeah, of course. Well, that makes sense. But there are individuals looking for something to hang their hat on that has meaning, and it will transfer them, if they practice anyway, through these techniques, and they will be able to achieve their own enlightenment. So as far as religion per se is concerned, I don't have any conflict with it. We really have basically the same premise in terms of, like, there is a spiritual center to the universe. I just focus more on spirituality than the dogma.
Okay. I mean, you're right. I think you used the correct word, seekers. And I think there's a lot more seekers out there today. Just look at the entrepreneurial space, the number of people who have moved to become entrepreneurs because they're seekers, and what we call the crazy ones. But they're crazy ones because people don't understand them. I got that almost 16 years ago. I mean, I lost my position, but rather than getting another CEO position in corporate, I decided to start my own business.
Good for you.
The same thing, I was seeking freedom, that independence, not someone else dictating where I had to be, at every moment of the day, but rather, so when people are doing that, they're saying, oh, you're crazy. Why would you do that? But then that number of people that are doing it more and more just continues to increase. So they're the seekers. And I mean, you really hit that note. So for somebody seeking where they should go, or looking for those answers, we want them to come to you. So why don't you let them know, Anthony, how they can contact you and find you?
Well, my name, which is AnthonyTeresi.com, AnthonyTheresi.com. It has all of my information, contact information. Call me directly if you like, email me. You can also purchase a copy of the book there or on Amazon. And it also has all my services that I perform both in person and on the phone, on Zoom,
Great.
on Skype, on all the stuff, you know.
Great, great, great. AnthonyTeresi.com. So I have a question that I ask all of our guests, and I am going to ask you as well, Anthony. What makes you unstoppable?
I do not allow my mental facilities to get in my way. I operate from the heart, from the inside out. And there is a equation, if you will, that's coming to light today. You see it in these new science, and it shows that your heart is the magnet. It through the torus field, it draws what you desire to you. Your mind is the projector. I operate from that polarity. First, I allow my heart to express exactly what I'm doing, and I come from my heart because that's where real truth is. It's how I express love into the universe and how it comes back to me. Love is the most powerful force in the universe, bar none.
Yes.
And if you come from that steady stream, you are unstoppable.
I love that. I love that. What do you want the world to hear from you?
You are amazing beings. I speak to every individual listening to this broadcast. You have powers and abilities for the most part that most of you have not even are not even aware that you can tap. And my message to you would be: look within yourself. You are a giant. You can do what you think are impossible things are completely possible. You can travel the universe. You can expand your consciousness. There is no end, literally no end to what you can do in this lifetime.
That's beautiful. That is absolutely beautiful. Anthony, one final question. If there was a song about you, what would it be?
I would have to go with Mariah Carey's Hero.
Beautiful, beautiful song. Well, it's been fabulous talking to you.
Thank you.
I would love to have you back on the show again. But for right now, that's all we have. And for everyone out there, you want to grab a copy of this book, powerful, and it will truly help you walk within yourself, within your own internal powers, and take everything that you learn here today and just think about that and think about how this can all help you be better in your life, in your business, in your relationships, because there is nothing more powerful than love. I'm Connie Fife, your unstoppable diva. And this week, go out and be kind to yourself and be kind to everyone around you. We are unstoppable together. Bye bye. Hey, y'all, it's Connie Fife. Thank you for listening to the Connie Fife Show. Check back often. You don't want to miss any of the good stuff. If you like what you hear and would like to be a guest on the show, head over to theconniefifeshow.com to apply. While you're there, check out our amazing advertising opportunities that will put you right in front of your perfect client. I will see you over there. Do yourself a favor this week. Activate your power and be unstoppable together.